Hello, this is Sajeev Nair. Welcome to another episode of Future Trends. Pharmaceutical industry. You all must be knowing that this is one industry which contributes the maximum to the GDP of any country. Healthcare industry or food industry, these are the two industries which contributes the maximum to any GDP. In India, I believe it is healthcare industry which contributes the largest chunk. In healthcare industry, if you look at it, pharmaceutical industry contributes the maximum. Now, when the entire world is changing and technology is disrupting every single thing, what are the kind of changes which are going to happen in the pharmaceutical industry? In fact, I would rather say that this is one industry which is going to get disrupted in a much stronger and bigger way than we ever expect. Now, we all know that the normal way the pharmaceutical industry functions, when we go to a doctor and with some kind of sickness and he prescribes a medicine, and we go to the medical store and we buy the medicine and we start consuming that medicine. The medical store gets that medicine from a stockist, and the stockist may be getting it from a CNF agent, and the CNF agent must be getting it from the company. So this is the normal kind of a channel which is operational right now. The latest law which says that the doctors should not be writing the brands, they should be writing generic names or the molecules names. Instead of the brands, they should be only writing the molecules or the generic names. And the pharmacist has got the power to decide which brand to give. So this is something which, or rather, it's actually the patient has to decide which brand to buy. So this is the normal way pharmaceutical industry functions. As a person who has worked in the pharmaceutical industry, I know the pitfalls in this particular model. There used to be a time, I still remember, where most of these branded medicines or OTC products used to get manufactured as duplicates, or rather there used to be a lot of small scale units which used to manufacture all these kinds of things using very low quality raw materials and selling it to the retail shop without knowing that whether it's original or the duplicate. We used to buy that. I think that situation is still remains, because I am not part of the industry right now, so I am not sure about it, but still I believe it is happening right now. The solution has come primarily from online pharma. Now there is something called online pharma already available. You can actually order online. Suppose you have a doctor's prescription, and with the prescription you are actually going online with an online pharma company, and you can scan that prescription and send it to the online pharma company, and they will send you the medicines. The good thing is that most of the time, or almost all the time, they give you the medicine at a lower cost, at least 10 to 20% lower than what you generally pay to a retail store. And number two is that you are guaranteed that this comes from the company original, because the company transfers the stock to the online pharma company, and from there we get it directly at our doorstep. Now there are some diseases like diabetes, where every month you need medicine. So in this kind of cases, you can have a kind of standing order with the online pharma company. They will keep on delivering the medicines at your doorstep. So this is something which is happening already, and this is going to be happening in a wider scale in the coming future. Very soon. I would rather say not even future, very soon. Now, more than that, what are the things which are going to happen? In one of the Future Trends episodes, I explained about the kinds of disruptions which are going to happen in the healthcare industry. Primarily, healthcare industry is going to go through a complete radical change. Number one, robotic surgery is going to completely change the scenario of surgery. Number two is nanobots, which are going to be inserted into your body. They are going to continuously assess your body conditions, do minor repairs in your body, even do precision drug delivery. And then comes the organ manufacturing. Using 3D printing, you can actually manufacture organs and implant it. So just imagine, these are the kinds of things are happening. And much beyond all these things are going to be the genetics. 2003 was a historical year, because that was a year on which the Human Genome Project was announced to the public. In fact, I am so privileged, it just came into my mind right now that it happened on April 25, 2003. And I am actually talking to you in the same month, April. So that means this month is Human Genome Month, and April 25 is considered to be DNA Day. World over they celebrate DNA Day. So 2003 onwards, the way people look at healthcare or the wellness or medicines, it has all changed. Now you can undergo a genetic test, a genetic predisposition test, and identify all the possible probable diseases which can happen in your entire lifetime. And based on the kind of report you get, you can completely remodify your lifestyle, remodify your food habits, you remodify your entire working pattern, sleeping pattern, every single thing, so that the onset of that particular disease can be prolonged or even may not happen in your entire lifespan. So this is a great news. Now, along with all these changes, the pharma industry has to completely change. There is no doubt about it. So I'm going to just give you a glimpse about some of the things which are going to happen in the pharma industry. Number one is going to be personalized medicine. Now it is like, we go to a doctor and there are so many antibiotics, and the doctor may have a belief in a particular antibiotic and he's actually prescribing that particular antibiotic molecule to you. If you undergo a pharmacogenetic test, which is right now available in India, even my company, which is into genetic testing, is doing pharmacogenetics. So once you undergo a pharmacogenetic test, what happens is that which are the kinds of medicines which fits your gene can be identified. Which are the kinds of medicines or molecules which can actually create negative impact on your body, negative impact on your gene also can be identified. So the advantage is that once you undergo a pharmacogenetic test, based on the pharmacogenetic test, a doctor can actually tell which molecule. Even in antibiotic, there are so many molecules. In non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, there are so many molecules, like ibuprofen is an NSAID, you have mefenamic acid is an NSAID, you have diclofenac sodium, you have piroxicam, so many molecules. So which is the one which will suit your particular gene can be identified using a pharmacogenetic test. So that means the coming years, everyone is going to undergo the predisposition test and the genetic test, because it has become very, very economical right now. So the future is going to be where you are going to decide the kind of medicine what will fit your gene, which is going to be personal medicine or personalized medication, which is not very new for us, because I still remember in my childhood days, I used to visit a clinic where there used to be a doctor and a compounder, and the doctor used to prescribe or write something on a slip, and it used to be, he used to give it to the compounder, and the compounder used to compound the different types of medicines and mix it and give it to us. Hope some of you remember that. That is called compounding pharma or compounding pharma, and which is a big industry right now, even some countries like Malaysia. So this is also a personalized medication in a way. Now this is going to be one change which is going to happen. And another thing is going to be the augmented reality, whereby, using augmented reality, you will be able to study the drug well. Suppose you are actually being prescribed with a particular medicine, you can use your mobile, which is being loaded with an augmented reality software, and you can actually check it out, and the drug will tell you exactly through a video, maybe an animation, it will tell you how it is going to impact your body, or it's going to give you the relief from that pain or the kind of disease you have, and also the kinds of negative effects on the drug. So this is going to be an absolute patient empowerment in a way. Another thing which is going to happen is the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to help this industry primarily for clinical trials. To get a molecule out in the market, it requires years of efforts, research, and after research, they need to do a lot of trials, and one such thing is called the patient trials, or rather the clinical trials, which takes a long time, and that is where you fine-tune the product normally. Now, using artificial intelligence, what they do, they generally use data. Once you have a huge data with you, using artificial intelligence, you can very well spot out how this particular molecule will affect on what kind of people, and the clinical trials will be much easy, because you can choose the people so fast, so the time consumed will be less, and also the money spent will be much, much less. So in short, any disruption in the world has happened only when an industry or some company or someone start thinking that how I can make life easier for the people who are actually participating in the industry. The same way in the pharmaceutical industry, patient empowerment is going to be the key. Whoever is going to come out with new technologies, new methodologies to empower the patients and give more charge to the patients, they are going to really disrupt this industry. And you're going to see a lot of things happening in this particular industry. Those people who are associated with pharmaceutical industry or who are part of pharmaceutical industry, watch out. There is no point in fighting against what's going on or what kind of changes which are going to happen in the industry. It's better adopt the changes and also move ahead in the direction of the future trends. Next week, I'm going to be back with you with an exciting episode in Future Trends.